We are back for the modding series. We are still on solos, and we are going after the... Is it a he, she, it? The Wamps, the Wampinator, the solo specialist. Get that.
In here. You know what I said. All right, guys, this is Mort. We are back. One of the most controversial characters out there to mod. This one can be... this character be modded a lot of different ways. My goal is to give you guys a good base and a good ground to stand on when it comes to modding, especially for those that do not know how to mod or don't understand the kits. And I also want to talk about the kits in general. And in this one, I actually recommend these up here for starters because they're easier to get. But I have been blessed with a lot of good tenacity mods, and I'll get into tenacity, why it's important. So let's go ahead and get it started. Your visual is up top. And if you guys want to do a brother a favor, we are on the road to 1,000. Do take care of the Morty Mort in the fort. You guys are awesome. All right. Womps, we're going to start with the basic. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict damage over time for 2 turns. Back in the day, he worked really well with Vader. Still works well with Vader, but Vader's got his own play now. If the target was exposed or staggered, stun them for 1 turn. If the target was debuffed, gain 20% turn meter. If Wampa isn't debuffed, gain 20% turn meter. This attack cannot be evaded, which means you can go right through foresight. This attack has plus 100% offense against rebels. It is anti-rebel. Icebreaker. This is the one. This is the super important ability, but it takes 5 turns to get to that cooldown. Dispel all debuffs on Wampa. Deal physical damage to everyone and daze them for 2 turns. That's a huge ability. And even more so as Wampa gains protection up 150% until the next time this ability is used, which can't be dispelled or prevented. Keep in mind, protection up is based off of your health pool. Whatever your health pool is, you'll gain 40% more of that. So in my case, actually look at that right here. I'm sitting at 43k, so it's probably around 17,000 or so protection up that I'm going to get when he does that ability. Fearless Foe. This is the first of the Zetas. We'll read it without the Zeta first. Wampa gains 40% accuracy, 40% critical chance, and 40% offense stacking until the end of the encounter. Wampa gains 50% turn meter for each defeated ally and each active enemy. I don't even know why they have to word it that way, but the Zeta will add inflict healing immunity, which is huge because you don't want them healing during this battle, especially if you're going in solo. Inflict healing immunity on all enemies for 2 turns, which cannot be evaded. So that's 1 Zeta. Howling Rage is the unique, not a Zeta. While Wampa has protection up, it also has a 20%, so I guess it isn't it. Plus 20% counter chance, plus 50% offense, plus 50% tenacity. I like this Omega because that tenacity helps out huge. The problem being you can't get to that protection up until you actually utilize the Icebreaker. So, Cornered Beast. This is the other Zeta. This is it without the Zeta. Wampa has plus 50% counter chance, which is great. Every other attack, theoretically, it is supposed to attack back. Well, as long as it's not stunned or dazed. Wampa has plus 10%. The Zeta adds Wampa has plus 10% counter chance, which I never understood the wording here. So it's 50%, then it's another 10%. Why not just make it 60? I don't get it. Plus 5% health steal, which is huge when you're trying to keep it alive. And 5% offense for each damage over time effect on each enemy. Which is, this isn't the greatest because Wampa's basic's the only one that drops dots. So you'd have to literally basic around to everybody. And I know when I do Wampa, I'm after one character and one character only usually to target that one hard down. So not necessarily great. All right, into the modding. Upstairs, you can see right there, I recommend in the first one, the primary stat. Obviously, your primary. It says it right on screen. Right here, your primary stat, 5.88%. That is going to be your primary recommendation. So the circle, health or protection. I actually have him in probably about 50-50. I prefer protection on this character, but either health or protection is fine. Health is going to boost your bonus protection when you get there, but I like the protection better because the protection is going to keep it alive longer. Arrow, you need speed. Wampa has to have some decent speed in order to get out there in front of everybody else and to get those debuffs down and to get the cooldowns. Triangle offense, crit damage, or crit chance. This is the most controversial of them all. Wampa, literally, until they go to Relic, has a very low crit chance total. I think it's like in the low 30s at Relic 7 or something like that. So you have to get it off of your mods. So if you don't have crit chance, your crit damage isn't going to go off enough. So for me, the crit damage and the crit chance, I'm sorry, the crit damage is not worth it to me. I know I see a lot of people modding this way. A lot. This kit to me is based off of offense. You can go either way, that's fine, but this is my recommendation. Go with the offense triangle, and I'll show you why if you can afford it in a minute. On the cross, potency or tenacity. So this is another controversial one. Do you want the potency to land the debuffs, or do you want the tenacity in order to survive to get to that special ability with the 5 cooldown? All right, it worked out pretty well for me. I've got offense, protection, a lot of protection, speed, and offense. This mod is pretty ideal for Wampa. Let's go to the other offense one. Speed, high tenacity, high potency. Offense is there. Health is there. So that's going to help the bonus protection. The triangle, offense with speed. Defense never hurts, especially with the new defensive changes. Some tenacity on there, and then a protection again. This is what, like I said, I prefer offense over crit damage and crit chance. If I were to not do offense, I would do crit chance first, because my crit damage won't even show if I'm not critting. The damage from this character, though, if you can actually get the crit chance up high enough and you can put a crit damage on there, totally recommend it. All right, protection. This is another one's going to be controversial, but look at this mod. I got a ton of offense, 102 flat, 2.21 offense, 1154 health to help with survivability, 13 speed, and then it's an offense mod. I could not put this one on there. It just fit. Is it the perfect mod for Wampa? No, but it fit. All right. Diamond. Defense. I got defense, health, protection, speed, and look at that, 211 flat. Now, flat isn't the greatest under non-relic character, or with relic characters. You want more percentage. This is a huge stat. 211's pretty close to the max. And then this one, protection. Again, for the survivability, you can swap it out for health if you want, for the bonus protection, but you may die before then. This is why I prefer protection, because protection scales way higher than health does. At 24%, that's a huge amount. 114 flat. Unfortunately, it's flat. 14 speed, potency, and look at that tenacity, 9.57. The stats on my Wampa are running, actually, let me go to this screen. It actually shows how much you got on it. I've got health, only an additional 2116. I wish I had more health, but is what it is. I've got a ton of offense. Protection, 25,000, or basically 26,000 scaled. I've got 80 speed. I would like a little bit more, as you can see. You'll see on the, actually, well, I can't show it to you yet. I would like them over 230, but this does the job. The reason it does the job is because that tenacity. If they cannot stun, daze, whatever, Wampa, it's a beautiful thing. And there's 2 characters in particular. You could use Farm Boy, or you can use SWGOH Press in the lead. So it's not an actual solo, but a duo to raise that tenacity to keep Wampa from getting dazed or stunned. So keep that in mind. Farm Boy's lead and SWGOH's lead, but they've got to be scaled up, leveled up as well. Health steal, huge, 20%. Damage, 2,000 extra at 7,200. Armor from the defense stack. And that's the majority of those right there. So I'm going to show you the big mods here. I don't want to keep this video going too long. On the secondaries, I recommend speed. Like I said, I want it at the bottom here. You can see 230 is the recommendation from me at a minimum. And then offense on secondary stats, potency on secondary stats, tenacity and health. Basically, those are third rank. That's why they're in the third row. Tenacity helps. Health helps for survivability. And then, of course, if I can get crit chance out of any of these mods, that would be amazing as too, because I want that crit damage doing that. Obviously, what is it, 50% more? So I need that. I 100% need that. So recommendation for the mod type. So you can see I've got 4 offense and 2 tenacity. The community is doing a ton of crit damage and crit chance. This can make sense. It can make sense if your mods can support it. I'm not going to say that it doesn't. So that's why I went with the offense and either potency or tenacity first, because if you're farming all the different mods, you should be able to find potency mods and tenacity mods, because they don't go on a lot of characters, and save, if possible, your speed mods for other characters. If you can get Wampa to a special, to a particular speed, you're in good shape. So I want to reiterate, Wampa has low crit chance until his cooldown on Furious Foe adds 40%. That's where the crit damage comes in. This is why I'm saying keep this character alive, then the crit damage will scale to 40%. Again, low crit chance though, so do you want to put the crit chance triangle on? That's up to you. I go with the early fast offense. You can do the survivability route too. That's up to you. And last bit, Relic priority, I gave it a 9. And the reason I gave it a 9, again, solos are important with the new format because you don't have enough teams to go around, especially if you're a good player and you're climbing and you've got to put more teams than you can afford. And the other reason is I believe it's JKL that he's needed for. So that character is really good. But in the meantime, if you guys got any questions, comments, I'd love to hear more. I am only human, so I'm sure I've made some mistakes along the way, but this is a good WAMP. This WAMP does work for me. These recommendations between my thoughts, 2 other websites I look at, I always do my homework to make sure that you guys get good information. In the meantime, we are 1 battalion strong. Don't forget, you can find us hiding in, I guess it's right there. And you guys are amazing. Till next time, Kylo Ren is next. Peace.
Shut up and sit down.